Hey everyone, it's Rosie from Menstrualities, and today we're going to be talking about the girl with 3 nipples. So in this video, I'm going to be referring to 2 real people, and I'm not going to use their names. One is my friend, whom I'm going to call Red Riding Hood, and the other is one of her friends, who we're going to call Cinderella. Red Riding Hood was round at mine, and she mentioned this friend of hers, Cinderella. One day, Red Riding Hood receives a text from Cinderella saying, "Help! I think I have 3 nipples." And Cinderella insisted that Red Riding Hood come over to her house and take a look. So Red Riding Hood cycled over to Cinderella's house and looked at her nipples for her. When Red Riding Hood looked at Cinderella's nipples, she naturally saw that the girl did not have 3 nipples. She had 2 nipples, just 2, as one would probably expect. So there was one perfectly normal nipple and one perfectly normal nipple with a slight bobble. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing at all. 2 nipples. And this is what Red Riding Hood told Cinderella. "No, Cindy, your nipples are fine. You have 2 of them and they're perfectly normal." So, wait, you didn't say anything about the fact that maybe one was a little bit bobbly? Well, no, says Red Riding Hood, because she's the only one who's gonna be concerned about it. If she thinks it's fine, well, A, no one much is gonna see it, and B, anyone who does isn't gonna notice. And I think there's quite a point here. Cinderella was nervous about her nipples because she thought there was a chance she might be sleeping with her boyfriend in the near future. And we're going to assume that this is the first time, or at least with that particular partner. She was uncomfortable, nervous about how her boyfriend might react to the sight of her body. Now, I think this is actually probably quite a normal feeling for a girl to experience before her first sexual encounter. I mean, we all experience it, right? Whenever we're going swimming or maybe showing a little bit more of our bodies than we're normally used to, it can be nerve-wracking, and we spot a whole load of defects that supposedly everyone is going to see and judge us for. But they don't, on the whole. Most people are generally too busy worrying about their own thighs to look at anybody else's. I imagine that if one really did have 3 nipples, it might make one feel a little bit unusual or odd, but in my experience, it's those oddities, the birthmarks, the scars, it's those imperfections, that one ends up loving most in a person, or at least what one ends up treasuring in their appearance. Even if Cinderella had had 3 nipples, it shouldn't have been a cause for concern. And goodness me, I would completely understand why it might be. But it shouldn't be. Because there's nothing wrong with a little bit of imperfection. There's nothing wrong with some asymmetry. And if her boyfriend had cared and judged her and rejected her on the basis of her 3 nipples, then quite frankly, I think Cinderella deserved to go and find a new handsome prince.